For over 175 years, Athens, Georgia has been a city vibrant in commerce. As far back as the early 1840s, when the Georgia Railroad first laid tracks in the Athens area, the classic city was a small metropolis of ironwork, wholesale merchants, and shoemakers, all looking to make an impact in rural Georgia. Foundry Street did not begin its transition as we know it to be today until 1859, when it received its official street name. Between 1859 and 1888, Foundry Street saw the coming and going of several businesses and establishments, including the AME Church of Athens, the development of Athens Foundry and Machine Works, and the first Athens school buildings in 1885. The Webb and Crawford Company was organized in 1888 by Joseph N. Webb and Hiram H. Crawford as a retail grocery establishment. In 1896, the Webb and Crawford Company left the retail business and became strictly a wholesale grocery firm. At that time, they built a new building with 17,000 square feet of floor space on the corner of Broad and Spring Street. The business grew so large that the company soon had to build an additional 10,000 square foot warehouse behind the main building and adjacent to the railroad tracks. Between the turn of the 20th century and the early 1990s, business at Foundry Street warehouses saw the coming and going of several prominent Georgia companies, including the Weatherly Coal Company, Empire Beverage Company Soft Drinks, Athens Seed Company, Crawford Coal and Mattress, and North Georgia Pecan Company. In 2003, the full history of the entire Foundry building was documented. Building A, closest to the Classic Center parking deck, is the newest construction. Built between 1913 and 1916 for the Central of Georgia Railroad Freight Depot, it was not connected to the present building until after 1926. Building B is documented as the oldest of the Foundry Street warehouses. This building was built for the purpose of a wholesale grocery and warehouse, probably by Webb and Crawford. The original signage is still painted on the side of the building and can be seen from the inside of Building A. The Empire Bottling Company occupied the space where Building C is presently located. The original building on Foundry Street was given to the African Americans in the church in order for them to have a church of their own. The AME Church of Athens hosted some of the first formal classes in the basement of the original building for the Athens school systems between the mid-1880s and 1912. In 2003, the Classic Center rehabilitated a section of the Foundry Street warehouses in a $3.1 million SPLOST-funded expansion. The rundown buildings were turned into state-of-the-art ballroom and meeting space, while the heart of pine ceilings and floors and hand-hewn wood beams, plus the original brick, were all painstakingly restored. In 2006, a skyway over Foundry Street was built to connect the convention center with the warehouse meeting space, and the lower level of the building was built out. Today, the Foundry Street building's rustic charm has become a popular backdrop for meetings, weddings, and social events. In 2016, a renovation of the upper level of the building was completed, including new carpet, paint, and wall covering. During this renovation, the Classic Center Authority chose to rename this top level Founders Hall and include elements that pay homage to the original Authority board members who laid the groundwork for the Classic Center coming to fruition. Images of the 5 original board members, E.H. Culpepper, Ralph Larastro, Leroy Dukes, Larry Blunt, and Thomas Hollingsworth, now hang throughout the Founders Hall, and Classic Center guests have the opportunity to learn about the history of the facility. It is a history intrinsically tied to the city that brought it to life and paved the way for future members of our community to enjoy for generations to come.